Well, as you can see, the weather's took a little bit of a change here in Helsinki. It's probably like -2 degrees. There was some snow, a little bit of snow the other day, and it's a lot colder. But that's what I love about here in Finland. Usually we get the real 4 seasons, and going out exploring nature, even if it's the same running route, it's always different in the different seasons. Let's just stop the run for a second. Well, we're not actually going to stop, but let's go off where I'm normally running on those gravel roads. And look, there's this deep, well, deepish forest, and it just looks so beautiful, doesn't it? Well, in today's video, I thought I'd bring the camera out with me, bring you along on my run, but I don't really have a topic to talk about. And I guess I'm just so super relaxed, so super kind of switched off, and got nothing kind of really to talk about, nothing to train towards. Although saying that, we can talk about, I have already done the Cooper test, which I talked about in the previous video, which is 12 minutes as hard as you can. So if you didn't know, I work at Sunto, and we created a little bit of fun between our community. We do like a Cooper test. Cooper test here in Finland is like a well-known running test that people do, especially when they're joining the army. And it's 12 minutes as hard as you can, and depending on the distance that you do is how fit or how you're ranked on a scale. So my personal best for Cooper test is 3,515 meters within that 12 minutes. Boy, I remember that one being hard. Actually, there is a video for that. You can check it down in the link down below. So I wasn't taking the Cooper test this time super seriously. It was pretty stormy outside, but I had a bit of fun anyway, and I took advantage of the tailwind, did a nice segment. I ended up doing 3,380 meters. That was from GPS. And yeah, bit of fun. If you want to see your progression as a runner, a really good reason to do Cooper tests, or you have a specific session that you just repeat, maybe let's say 3 times a year, is so that you can monitor your progression. It's a free way that you can see how you're doing. There's so much variability, like how rested you are, how you're feeling, your training load and everything. So doing these tests like 3-4 times a year, yeah, you probably can still have some variability, but it gives a nice indication of what type of fitness you are on your own scale. Look, and you don't have to do scientific tests in a laboratory. It can just be a 12-minute Cooper test or 5 times 1K, a progression run, but maybe try and just keep that same structure for every time that you do it. And then that way you can kind of map out, okay, early 2019, late 2019, mid 2020, you can see maybe some progression or some differences there. Like, and the reason why I'm saying all of this is you can't expect to see changes in your running, or probably lots of other different things in life, within 1 day or 2 weeks. Things don't just change like that. It takes time, it takes consistency, it takes putting in some effort towards it. Then you see the results long term. Short term results always have so many variables. As I said, how you sleep, what you're eating, how much strain, how much load. And like, just think about it the opposite way around. When you're doing a race and you have a taper period, which is normally like 2 weeks, they always recommend that you don't lose fitness within 2 weeks. So how can you expect to gain it in 2 weeks as well? So for someone who said that they haven't really got much to say, I think I had quite a lot to say really. And yes, the title was maybe misleading, but it kind of brings my point across. Shortcuts don't get you anywhere, consistency does. Sometimes when you think you've got nothing to say, you can come out with something pretty useful. So never disbelieve in yourself. That's a key message I've learned from today's video. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button and drop a comment down below.